How's it going, everyone? College Lefty, and in this video I'm going to be going over all of the cards that we got released today during the content drop. And we honestly have so many brand new cards that I want to talk a little bit about, both the roster update and the new Battle Royale stuff, the new TOPPS Now stuff, the stuff in the pack store. So let's go ahead and hop right into it. The very first thing we're looking at is the brand new Battle Royale Choice Pack that's at the silver tier. This is like the first stage within the Battle Royale program. If you're able to win some games, go 12-0, earn, certain stats and certain missions with specific players, maybe like this Robinson Chirinos, right? There are a handful of missions that you can complete in BR and unlock some of these amazing cards, right? I mean, this silver card is an endgame bench bat already against lefties. I mean, 50 vision is a little bit lower on the harder difficulties, but 100 plus contact and power will certainly play well on any difficulty. Matt Adams is a pretty good BR player. This card looks more like a specific guy that I would draft, not necessarily choose for this type of program. I'm probably leaning towards a different silver in terms of a selection for this. Steven Souza, definitely a decent card, right? Has a little bit of power against right, has some decent speed as well. Everything else is fairly low in terms of attributes, but definitely a good silver to have in right field in Battle Royale. Once again, not necessarily a player I would use on my rank squad like that Robinson Chirinos as a bench bat. But this is probably the card I would select, right? I already have the 92 overall Eric Gagne, but this card might be good in certain events. It might be good in BR in general as well. That's kind of the design of this program, but I think that this is really cool because this card is definitely usable in ranked seasons. At a 78 overall, Eric Gagne with 5 pitches will certainly be effective. Here we have a gold choice pack, right? You can choose, I believe, all 4 of these players. I think you can pick all the silvers as well, but I'm just talking about in terms of who would I select first. If you weren't able to complete this entire program, you might want to pick up, Jake Diekman, Eric Gagne, solidify a couple spots in your bullpen at this time. This Miguel Sano is insane. I mean, has some great contact and power, especially against left, but really low vision, and that might not necessarily matter as much in MLB The Show 21. If you're using this card on All-Star, right, contact matters more than vision. I guess even on the harder difficulties, contact matters more than vision, but it is a little bit more balanced, I would say. You want to try and have guys with high vision and contact attributes, as well as power on the tougher difficulties. But here we have Daniel Vogelbach. This card was always really good. I know a lot of people use this guy as a bench bat as well, to hit right-handed pitchers. Jock Peterson kind of reminds me of that a little bit. This card might also have the platoon quirk. I'm not sure if that's an active quirk for live series players only, right? This is a flashback card, but because he does have, better contact and power against one side and the other contact and power against lefties is really low, he might have that platoon quirk. Anyways, with that being said, Jake Diekman is certainly the card that I would want to pick up from this program. I'll probably end up buying him off of the marketplace just because I personally don't play too much Battle Royale. I'm going to try and get into it a little bit more, right? I did not complete any tiers within that first Battle Royale program, but I played one game and I ended up winning it. I will probably play some more BR just because I do enjoy the mode. I just also like playing with my rank squad. I like building a team in the event with players that I actually own. Anyway, this Roberto Clemente is a free 93 overall diamond that you can earn throughout the Battle Royale program. Definitely a solid card. And you can also choose one of these 12-0 flawless rewards, George Brett at a 94 overall, by completing the Battle Royale program, right? This year, you don't necessarily have to go 12-0 to complete this program. And to get this card, it just might take you a lot of Battle Royale games. And I know that people have done this already with the Jorge Soler, with the Billy Wagner, and a couple other players as well. But I would probably choose George Brett over this Garrett Anderson because George Brett always has a great swing. I think he has a little bit more value as a third baseman in comparison to an outfielder that has, mid-tier power, great contact, of course, but also not the best fielding or speed. With that being said, now we're going to get into the Space 2 Choice Pack. These are brand new additions to the pack store. And we have a 92 overall Joey Votto. This is a Veteran Series card. I like the card art. I think that's a great Swing right there, great picture of Joey Votto. I've always liked Joey Votto in MLB The Show 21. I might pick up that card and try him out at first base, but I have a lot of players in mind that I want to try out. This Julio Rodriguez card looks pretty good. I don't know if I'd use him in the outfield. He's not the fastest, but he does have decent power against both sides. He does have good fielding. In last year's game, I didn't necessarily like that card's swing. Maybe it's a little different this year. I have no idea. This Cavan Biggio card kind of intrigues me a little bit. I've always liked Cavan Biggio as a player, and I've liked him in MLB The Show in general. He has a great two-handed swing from the left side. Kind of reminds me a little bit like Joey Votto in some ways in terms of his swing. Jim Edmonds is also very good, 87 overall. Right, the first cards that we saw in the Space 2 Choice Pack are the rare tier. These are the base tier diamonds, right? You're guaranteed at least an 87 overall diamond in here, and you can select Jim Edmonds, more of a bench bat against right-handed pitching. I wouldn't use this card in the outfield. However, he does have great defense. I just wouldn't use him because of, the chance of facing a left-handed pitcher. With that being said, Grayson Rodriguez, definitely a good card. Sinker as a primary, solid, hits and K per 9, decent control. I'm not sure what his break is at, but it's 91 in terms of an average for all 5 of his pitches, or potentially the a 91 break on his best pitch. So he's probably pretty solid. Eddie Murray coming in at 88. This card's pretty good. Everybody usually likes Eddie Murray in MLB The Show. He's a switch-hitting first baseman. This card doesn't have the most power, but he always has a glitchy swing, a very fast one-handed swing, and I do like that card. I might try him out as well, just as a potential possibility. Here we have Tom Hankey. I never liked this card in last year's game. I thought he was very easy to read. His forkball is a little bit too fast, and he essentially has 2 fastballs, right? The forkball technically counts as a fastball, and hitters that have that dead red quirk or that breaking ball quirk will certainly play really well against that Tom Hankey. Riley Green got a prospect card. I'm a Tigers fan as well as a Diamondbacks fan, and I think this card's pretty decent, right? I mean, he's all right. I wouldn't necessarily, use him on my rank squad. I might, try him out in one of these event games or something like that. But he seems like a decent card. Here we have Pudge, another Tigers player, but this one is with the Marlins. This card is the Set 5 Headliner exclusive card for that pack, and this card's okay. I mean, 122 contact, mid-60s power. He's more of a defensive catcher regardless. He should have that pop time quirk. If it's not just a live series quirk, I'm not exactly sure how that quirk works in this game, but I know that I've been thrown out by it, and it is pretty effective. Paul DeJong, definitely a good card. Plays everywhere in the infield. Solid power bat against righties. Kind of the reverse splits because he is a righty himself. But that card looks pretty good. Definitely has a good swing and is once again, a free Topps Now player. Here we have 86 overall J.A. Happ. Decent pitcher for sure. Might not have the most velocity, might not be as effective as some of the other left-handed pitchers we have in the game, but nonetheless a free card as well. Nick Madrigal at an 84. We don't see his card art. I'm sure it's spectacular, but for whatever reason when I took the screenshot, it just did not load in. Next card up, we have Mickey Moniak. I'm not exactly sure how to say his last name, but this card's all right. He has decent fielding, decent speed, decent all-around attributes, not necessarily a gold card that I'm looking to try out. If you're a Phillies fan, of course you might want to pick that card up. Robo Garcia, this card looks like he's complete trash, but he is a switch hitter. You just never know with MLB The Show, right? This card could play above his attributes. He could, have a very nice swing. Don't know anything about him. Andrew Knapp also is not looking very good. Not a specific card that I would want to use. But he does play catcher, switch hitter, might be a decent Battle Royale pick. Now we'll go ahead and hop into the roster update a little bit. Mike Trout, Jacob deGrom, Ronald Acuna, and Fernando Tatis are the major upgrades that I received on my ranked season squad. As you can see, all those players got upgraded. I was really hoping that they would. We also see Byron Buxton with the +4 going from gold to diamond on this screenshot. I wanted to also talk a little bit about my stub trick and what I did right yesterday after making the video. I put up a couple buy orders for Byron Buxton at 1,500 while he was a gold, and I will leave these buy orders up for the whole entire year. I don't know if anybody will ever sell the Byron Buxton for 1,500, right? He's going for like 14K or 12K on the market. But you just never know. So I figured I'll leave him up, right? I can't place that buy order up for Buxton at 1,500 stubs now, because the minimum buy order that you can put up now that he's a diamond would be 5K stubs. But here we have a couple people getting upgraded. Corbin Burns going from a 79 to an 84. I believe I predicted that one perfectly. I thought for sure he would get up to a gold, but not necessarily a diamond. And I think he will get upgraded to a diamond, just not necessarily during this first roster update. Another person that kind of surprised me a little bit, Paul Goldschmidt, has been doing pretty good, and he got downgraded. I guess I haven't really been able to keep up with the Major League Baseball season that much, but that one kind of struck me as a surprise there. Luis Robert getting an upgrade +1. Javier Baez with a downgrade. Just a couple players that have been, doing well versus struggling this year. Zach Gallen getting a plus upgrade of 2. They're going from silver to gold. I think we had a couple other players go from silver to gold as well. Shohei Ohtani, Vladimir Guerrero, a couple people that I was talking about. Wasn't necessarily sure how much their card would be impacted depending on the attributes that they received. But yeah, Shohei Ohtani did get a boost to his hitting attributes. Not necessarily as much to his pitching attributes, but we'll have to take a look at that. Dustin May did in fact get upgraded as well from a 75 to a 79. And this was a card that I was saying, right, you might want to invest in him because his price wasn't fluctuating that much. But if we take a look at the two biggest players that got upgraded, Ronald Acuna's card is looking insane. I mean, this is incredible. And so is Mike Trout. I mean, he did get a downgrade to vision, but he got an upgrade to contact versus left, which was probably his worst thing in terms of his card. And now you can't really say that anymore. It's definitely his vision, but that card will be insane after leveling him up to that 5th tier. But that's going to do it for this video. I'm College Lefty, and that is the entire content drop from today. Peace out.